If you love motorcycles, then Bikes and Beards might be one of your favorite YouTube channels. Kerr is the man behind this popular channel. His story is quite interesting. In this video, I'll tell you about Sean's love for motorcycles, how he started a motorcycle business and grew it to $1 million business, and how he got into YouTube and became successful at it. So, now let's start from the beginning. Sean David Kerr was born on February 26, 1986 in Texas, U.S. and grew up in Pennsylvania. Sean's father was a military officer, whereas his mother Amy Kerr used to work at Smile Direct Club. Sean started riding motorcycles at 18 and fell in love with the thrill of biking, and he felt it to be like flying on the ground. While in his final year of graduation, a few people at his church were starting a motorcycle parts company, and they approached Sean to tear down the motorcycles which they would purchase from National Powersport Auctions Atlanta. But here, he stumbled upon an opportunity of buying motorcycles privately for cheaper price than that in the auction, and he convinced the churchgoers to buy motorcycles from him. Around 2010, thanks to the lax, open title laws of Georgia, Sean was able to purchase private motorcycles at attractive prices from many police officers and flip them for a profit. He also got a chance to ride many unique motorcycles, which reinforced his love for the bikes. Initially, Sean didn't have enough money for buying the bikes, so he used to borrow money from his father, but soon he started earning handsomely and invested all his earnings in purchasing the assets to grow his business. Sean used to buy cheap conversion vans for a few $100s to transport motorcycles, and after they gave up, he used to earn money by scrapping them at the salvage yard. Later, he bought a used F-250 truck for $2,500 and also bought a used landscaping trailer to tow to his truck to move more motorcycles in order to increase his earnings. Thanks to his motorcycle flipping business, Sean accrued $30,000 with which he started a trucking company, but later, he had to sell the couple of vehicles of his trucking company for a loss. Then, after moving from Georgia to Lancaster, Sean planned to build popcorn dispensing kiosks and place them next to the Redbox kiosks. He was very passionate about this venture and wanted to name it Popcorn Bucket, but he had to drop his plan as he was in a debt of $45,000 from student loans and was just earning an average salary from his job. Sean used to buy motorcycles wholesale from Craigslist and private individuals and flip it to dealerships like Wow Motorcycles in Marietta and Georgia. In 2014, Sean was working as an internet manager for Kime Pre-Owned, a large used car dealership. He used to help the dealership sell cars online on eBay and perform optimizations to sell more cars online and ship them. Thanks to working there, he used to attend auctions to buy motorcycles, and this made him knowledgeable about the automotive industry. Once, someone approached the dealership to trade in a motorcycle. As Sean had a good knowledge of motorcycles, he entered the scene and took in the motorcycle, and within 12 hours, they sold the bike with a good markup and made a good profit, and soon, the dealership started trading in more bikes and selling them for good profits. At the time, Sean felt that his job didn't offer him sufficient growth opportunities. So, he wanted to quit his job and start his own business. The idea of Srkcycles was born thanks to flipping motorcycles at the car dealership. Sean's business plan was to help the dealerships trade in motorcycles and then purchase and sell them for a profit. Initially, as Sean didn't have the required capital, he planned to partner with the owner of the car dealership to establish Srkcycles, but later, he changed his mind and wanted to be on his own. Sean started Srkcycles in January 2015. SRK is the initials of his daughter, and he quit his dealership job in April 2015. Sean didn't have enough money to start the business on his own. So, he partnered with Guy, the owner of Fine Cars by Guy, and he started Srkcycles under the umbrella of Guy's dealership, which allowed Sean to sell motorcycles without paying for any overhead and large upfront costs. Sean started small. In the initial months, he didn't have any inventory of motorcycles. So, he used to sell the motorcycles as they arrived, and it took him 3 months to grow an inventory of 10 motorcycles. Eventually, Srkcycles grew so much that just within the 6 months of inception, they had the largest used motorcycle inventory in Lancaster County, and Sean started earning handsomely. Even though he had a successful partnership with Guy, he decided to start his own dealership and be on his own, so he leased a building for the Srkcycles. Selling his house, which he bought at 20, gave him $30,000 as seed money. Sean ran Srkcycles successfully for a couple of years, and then started trying for bank loans but couldn't succeed. So he approached a venture capitalist through his contacts to raise money and successfully convinced him to lend a couple of $100,000 for selling motorcycles online using the YouTube videos. The selling point of Sean's speech to the venture capitalist was when he said that the capitalist's money would be used only for either the motorcycle inventory or as a cash in the bank, and for all other purposes, he would use his own money. Eventually, the success of Sean's YouTube videos helped him to grow Srkcycles to $1 million business. Srkcycles was located in Salunga-Landisville, Pennsylvania. Later, Sean quit the motorcycle resale business. He is currently focusing on producing motorcycle YouTube videos. Sean initially started producing YouTube videos on his channel Srkcycles to sell motorcycles for the dealership, and as people started liking his videos, he started producing more test drive, review, fun, and informative videos. Later, Sean started other YouTube channels like Bikes and Beards, Srkcycles Motorcycles for Sale, and Bikes and Beards 3.0. Bikes and Beards is his vlog motorcycle channel, and he has 2.35 million subscribers on it and earns from ads, sponsorships, and merchandise. Now let's take a brief look at Sean's education and early career. After completing his schooling from Lancaster Mennonite School, he attended Harrisburg Area Community College, but a year and a half later, Sean shifted to Toccoa Falls College, where he studied Bachelor's of Science, Business Administration and Management, and graduated in 2010. While studying at the Toccoa Falls College, he met his future wife, Rachel. He also studied law. Sean worked as a delivery driver for a pizza shop in 2007, and at the time, he was living frugally. He saved up some money, took a no-doc loan, and purchased a house, and he was also attending the community college full-time and was also doing a full-time job. Sean frequently switched jobs and worked 36 jobs even before attending college. Now let's take a brief look at his personal life. Sean married Rachel on December 13, 2009. This couple has 4 children. Sean lives in Nashville, Tennessee. Now enjoy a few tidbits about him. Sean is a fan of Top Gear and loves doing business. He loves fast cars, 4-stroke engines, road racing, and pizzeria-style pizza. Sean has been growing a beard since 16 and hasn't razored it since then. As he grew up in a city, he didn't ride a dirt bike, but he rode a kid's mini bike, which he loved. So, how are you inspired by Sean Kerr's story? Please comment below. If you are into reading, I've also written his story on my website. Find the link in this video's description. For more success stories of your favorite YouTubers, please subscribe to my channel.